Hey, Oscar. How's everybody doing? Hang on 1 second. Okay, yeah. So today we are going to start mixing this vocal. I don't know if anybody's heard this song, but I started this track a while ago, and I just felt like it needed a vocal. But anyway, I'll play the track without the vocal while we wait for people to join before I get started on the vocal, so you guys can hear it. So that's what we're working with, and a singer called Lovlee sent me back a vocal for this. It's just one stem so far. It's just an idea, and the way I'm approaching this process, instead of like telling her yes I like this, no I don't like this bit, is I'd rather just take what she's sent and try and first arrange it and figure out what I like and what I don't like. And then afterwards, once I'm happy with the main section, then I can ask her for like little ad-libs and harmonies and stuff. And maybe not even, like maybe I'll just make the harmonies myself. I don't know, we'll see. But there's parts of this vocal that I really like, just hearing them dry, and parts that I don't, and parts that I think need to like be timed better and stuff. So we're going to get into all of that today. I guess it's going to be almost like a bit of a masterclass. Maybe I'll save this afterwards and sell it as a course or something. So yeah, let's see. So this is the vocal, and typically like when people haven't never worked with a vocal before, they kind of expect it to sound like a sample pack, like you just drag it in there and it sounds good, and you throw some reverb on it and call it a day. But the reality is more like this. You're going to get a vocal back that has no compression, no tuning. Things are going to be out of time because, you know, the singer's human and like nothing's going to be perfect. And in dance music, you generally want things to be pretty much perfect. So yeah, this is what it sounds like.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go.
Okay, so there's definitely potential in this one, but yeah, we're gonna do some work on it now. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn it up, and the first thing I want to do is like fix all the timing issues before we get into compression and EQ and all of that. So I'm gonna turn on a metronome and just kind of do this by ear.
Crazy after all these years.
So it's in time, like it doesn't feel like it's at a different tempo, but I would like the consonants and stuff to be landing like on the beat.
Crazy after all these years.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut this bit out.
Crazy.
And I'm just gonna move this out the way. And I'm gonna kind of like figure out where I want the vocal to come in. So in my head, it's like, I'm gonna like kind of sing it in my head without the vocal. I think the k needs to land on this beat.
Crazy after all these years.
I think that was probably the intention over here anyway, because now the whole thing sounds in time.
Crazy after all these years.
So Let's take this back here.
Crazy after all these years. Think of you and I. All these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies.
Okay.
Think of you and I.
On this one,
You still give me. You still give me.
it feels a little rushed. So I'm going to go in here and fix that. So I'm going to turn on warping.
You still give me butterfly. You still give me
So like the G over here.
butterfly. Give me. I
think that needs to be on the downbeat.
You still give me. You still give me butterfly. You still give me. You still give me. You still give me. You still give me butterflies. Oh, why?
Okay, so over here the why the W needs to be on the downbeat.
Oh, why?
There we go.
Oh, why? Oh, why? Deprive me of this love. Hold us tight. Oh, hold us tight. Hold us tight. Hold us tight. Hold us tight. Never let us go. Oh, why? Question us all night. Oh, why? Deprive me of this love. Oh, why? Oh, why?
Okay, so I think that's tight enough for now. Not really, don't know if I'm going to bother with this bit. Maybe I should just do it while I'm doing timing. I'm going to have to turn this one up.
Hold us tight, oh, never let us go. Hold us tight, oh, never let.
Starts to like rush around here.
Oh, never let us go. Oh, never let us go.
Is it because it's warped?
Hold us tight, oh, never let us
Okay. Let's see where it's going wrong.
Hold us tight, oh, never let.
It's kind of like on never, I think.
Hold us tight, oh, never let us tight, oh, never let us go. Hold us tight, oh, never let us tight, oh, never let us tight, oh, never let
I feel like this needs to
us tight, oh, never let us tight, oh, never let us go. 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 Us tight, oh, never let us go.
I think you see this little plosive over here, not plosive, this consonant, this k, g, go. I think I kind of want the g part of it to be, because it's like percussive, right? So you want it to land on that measure, on this line.
Us tight, oh, never let us go.
And that sounds in time to me now.
Hold us tight, oh, never let us go.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so now we are in time pretty much. So I'm just going to hit Control S. And yeah, now we're going to start getting into like more of the tuning. I think I'm going to do tuning first. It sounds pretty tuned. Like I didn't really notice anything sounding out of key, so it's a pretty good performance. But I'm just going to put like, I'm not going to melodyne it. I don't think I need to do that. I'm just going to, because that takes so much time and I'm lazy. I'm just going to use a waves tune. And we're going to use wave tune stereo real time. Probably should actually be using mono because it's a mono recording. Although I'm not sure if it makes a difference. I'm just going to use mono. Okay.
Crazy after all these years, I still go back.
I don't know what key I'm in. B minor. Okay, so I'm going to go to B, natural minor. And now we just kind of set up the settings to where it's tuning, but it's not sounding like T-Pain.
Crazy after all these years.
This is T-Pain.
I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
So we kind of went to be as like straight as possible without the robotness. So we want the speed to go up a bit and the note transition.
Crazy after all these years. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the sky.
So you can still hear that quite a bit. I'm going to bring up the timing a bit more.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies.
So over here, I think like this phrase sounds good, and it's pretty common, like when you're tuning using something like auto-tune or this, that one section sounds good, but another section doesn't. And that's just because like certain sections have more, like are a bit more pitchy and have more vibrato or something. So don't be scared to like automate these speeds to kind of fix those sections. So you can tell if it sounds bad by like just bypassing it.
You still give me butterfly.
On the give, it's like blah, blah, blah. If you hear that, I don't know.
You still give me You still give me
Let's see how it sounds without it.
You still give me butterfly. You still give me butterfly. You still give me butterfly. You still give me
Yeah, I think it just needs to be a little slower here. Probably most people wouldn't even notice this, but I'm just going to bring that up over there.
You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go. Oh why question us all night? Oh why?
Hey, Mason and Liam and Amado and everybody. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. Big warpage incoming.
You still give me butterflies.
Okay, let's just listen to this bit again.
Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go. Oh,
Okay, so I heard some T-Painness happening on the word go.
let us go.
And let's just hear how it sounds if I bypass it.
Let us go.
So in this case, I'm literally just going to turn off auto-tune because it sounds like I don't even need it here. And it's messing it up, so.
Never let us go. never let us go.
Actually, in the mix it sounds alright with it on, so maybe what I just need to do is just turn down this speed a bit through here.
Score, 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 score. Oh, why question us all night? Oh, why deprive me of this love? Why?
Maybe on love too.
Love, love,
Just make this one a bit slower.
love, love. Why? Oh, why?
I love this little ooh-hoo thing, sounds so good. Definitely want to use that more.
Oh, why?
Okay, and let's just check this bit.
Hold us tight, oh, never let us go. Hold us tight, oh, never let us go.
Okay, that sounds good. So I think, yeah, pretty easy tuning on this one. What I want to do now is start like working on compression and EQ. So once it's compressed and EQ'd, then I'll start like arranging it, because then I don't have to worry about all this boring stuff anymore. And I can start getting a bit more creative, and then also getting creative with effects. So yeah, when you're compressing a vocal like this, if you just like zoom out and look at this waveform, you'll see that like the little blurred bubble thingies, this one is a lot louder than this bit. And so if you just throw a compressor on there now and like start slamming into the compressor, this section is going to sound more dynamic than this section, because the compressor is going to be working harder here. So generally what you need to do is just manually almost compress it by going in and turning stuff down. And then later on, if you feel like this section still needs to be louder, you can turn it up. Or you can put them on two separate channels, but I just think it's easier to do it in one channel. And also just listening to the vocal, if you feel like words are disappearing, going in and like cutting out that word and just turning it up, for example, like this, is a lot better than trying to compress it. So yeah, doing all the manual stuff first, and then going in with a compressor and like fine-tuning it is the way to go.
Crazy after all these years.
So this word is like a bit quieter. I'm gonna bring it up, maybe just over here, and just turn that up a touch.
Crazy after all these years. Crazy after all these. Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the skies and think of you and I
think maybe this whole phrase can be turned up a touch.
I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Same with this one.
And think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of it?
Okay, so for this whole section, I'm just going to turn it down to match this section. And then after we've compressed it, I can turn it back up if I still want it to be louder than the rest.
Oh why?
So I want it to kind of feel as loud as this section.
You still give me why deprive me of
Okay, this like visually looks bigger, but I know that it's probably because of the plosive, the p, and it's making the mic this the diaphragm to this,
deprive me.
airy popping thing, which makes this big waveform shape. But I think if you listen to it, it doesn't actually sound louder.
Deprive me.
So I'm not going to turn that down. Once you EQ it, this waveform will actually shape. Once you kind of take out the sub over here, you'll hear this plosive is over here.
Deprive me.
But if you remove that plosive by doing this,
Deprive me of.
then and re-render it, that will be a lot more balanced. So anyway, long story short, I'm ignoring that bit.
Deprive me of this love. Hold us tight. Hold us tight. Never let.
This could probably come up a touch.
Hold us tight. Hold us tight.
Same with this one.
Hold us tight. Never let us go.
I might just turn this up a touch.
Never let us go. Question us all night. Oh, why?
That sounds fine.
Drive me up this love.
Okay, this bit over here, I think that could come up a touch.
Deprive me of this love. Deprive me of this.
Yeah, it almost sounds like she pulled away from the mic here a bit when she was singing, maybe. And that's why it feels like a little further away, so just turning that up.
Deprive me of this love. Oh, why?
Okay, so just looking at that, it looks quite a lot more balanced. This bit, I turned it up because you can't really hear it very well in the mix, but I'm going to turn it back down because I'm going to compress it with the same settings.
Hold us tight, oh, never. Hold us tight, oh, never let us go.
So yeah, that part of the process I think we can call finished. And now, next up, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and turn it off so that we can save it as it was if I want to go back and make any tweaks to like tuning and stuff. But now I'm actually going to bounce this out. So all the tuning is going to get rendered into it, and all the timing changes and stuff. I don't have to worry about accidentally like deleting a node or something. But before I render it, I'm going to just turn on crossfades because there's going to be lots of pops and clicks because there's cuts everywhere. So create crossfades and clip edges. It's a quick way to do this. And that should solve that problem. And I'm going to freeze. Hey, Ortron. Did someone say raw, boy north? Yeah, we raw dogging it today. You're just in time. Okay, so now flattening it. And yeah, that already looks like a lot more balanced than what it was. I'm going to also remove like a lot of the empty space here. We don't need it. And there's going to be like some background noise in there. And when you compress that, it's just going to get louder.
Crazy Crazy.
So we got a breath in there, and I like to keep some sort of breaths. That sounds a bit more human.
Crazy.
I'm going to keep that breath.
Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Okay, now there's like a little pop over there, so I'm going to just fade this.
You still get and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go. Oh why?
Don't need all that space there.
Question us all night. Oh why? Deprive me of this love. Why? Oh.
And like one thing compression will really bring out is mic bleed. And if I turn this up, you'll hear the mic bleed, like of the backing track. So yeah, that's why it's a good idea to just delete empty space.
Oh why?
Is there a breath there?
Oh why?
Yeah.
Oh why? Oh why?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, a little bit of a fade.
Oh why?
There's a bit more mic bleed in there.
Hold us tight, oh, never let us go. Hold us tight, oh, never let us go.
Have I looked at that tune yet or been too busy for you? Been too busy for you, sorry man. No, honestly, this entire week I've been doing my taxes and accounting, which is hell on earth. I hate it so much. And been working on that sample pack, so I only really have time to produce on these Thursdays. And this is something that's been waiting for a while, so I'm just doing this now. I will get to you. All right. So now we've got all that empty space deleted. I'm going to EQ it before I compress it because otherwise the compressor is going to be reacting to like stuff that otherwise wouldn't be there, so it's pointless. Yeah, I'm just going to use Pro Q.
Crazy after all these years. Crazy.
So first of all, just rolling off that low end.
Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the sky.
And I'm just doing like general broad EQing here. I'm not like going to get all crazy with de-essing and stuff before I compress.
Crazy after all these years.
Because at the moment it sounds fine to me. I don't think it needs to be de-essed.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at.
But I think once I compress it, I'll hear stuff. So before that, I also just want to show you like how the waveform is going to change when I roll off this low end. So I'm going to duplicate this again, turn that off, and freeze and flatten this. Okay, so it hasn't actually looked like it's changed that much. But anyway, let's move on.
Crazy after.
So yeah, now I'm going to start getting into all the fun stuff. Let's compress it. So for this, I'm going to use Lala, my favorite vocal compressor. This is the CLA 2A compressor, LA2A compressor, sorry. Emulation by Analog Obsession, which you can get for free from his Patreon, but it's like donation-ware, so you should support him if you can. Anyway, so yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of gentle compression. We're going to double this up and do it twice. So I'll probably aim for like -3 dB peak reduction on both compressors.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies. Crazy after all these. Crazy after all these years.
And you want to always be gain staging when you're doing this, because you don't want stuff to sound better to your ear just because it's louder. So I'm going to try and like adjust the gain here until, I think this is the output gain, until if I bypass it, it doesn't sound any louder or quieter.
Crazy after all these years.
So it needs to be louder.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the sky.
Sounds pretty balanced now. I'm going to duplicate this.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies.
Sounds a bit too compressed now to my ear. So I'm going to just back off on this.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies.
And now we're going to gain stage this a bit better.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Okay, so one thing that happens now, like when you compress, is that the consonants start popping out of the mix. So you kind of got to go in and find the ones you don't like and turn them down manually.
Crazy
I'm going to go in and manually turn that down.
Crazy after all these.
So that it is too loud, I think, yeah.
All these years, I still look up at the.
Okay, I'm going to turn this one down a bit.
Go at the sky, sky.
This can be a very long process if you've got like 50 stems to work with. Luckily, I've only got one now.
Guy.
I can highly recommend this M4L device called Compensator. Oh yeah. There was one that I used to use is by Noir Labs. I think it was called Gain Buddy or something. I don't know. But it did the same thing.
Sky. And think of you and I. Think of you.
Let's turn this down a bit.
Think of you, of you, guys, and think of you and I, guys, and think of you and I. You still give me butterfly. You still give me butterflies.
There's something weird happening in here.
Still give me butterflies.
But I think we can fix that with EQ.
Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go. Oh why let us go?
The G, yeah, sounds a little loud.
Go. Oh why question us, question us.
Bring this out a little bit.
Question us all night. Oh why deprive me of this love? Oh why? Oh why? Oh why? Ooh. Oh why?
And this one, let's check.
Hold us tight, oh never let us go. Go, let's go.
There we go. Now we're gonna select all of these again. Crossfade. Oops. Control Alt F. Need to learn that.
Crazy after all.
So now it's
crazy after all.
a bit better compressed.
Crazy after all.
So now let's see how the waveform changes. It's gonna probably look a lot more sausage now. I use the CLA 76 for compression. Oh, nice. Yeah, so like if you're looking at the blobs, like this one compared to this one, you'll see the shape has changed quite a bit. It's a lot flatter, but also the attack on these vocal compressors is a bit longer. So like the initial few milliseconds is now a bit louder than the body of it, which is not really what I want. But it's not all about what it looks like. So let's just hear how it sounds. Does it sound like each word is coming through clearly? Yeah, that's basically what we're listening for. And does it sound overcompressed?
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Deprive me.
It's like a bit of a click on the.
Deprive me.
But yeah, overall I'd say the compression sounds good to me. It doesn't sound like it's overcompressed, and
Deprive me,
there we go.
deprive me of this love. Hold us tight.
Okay, let's now we can start EQing it a bit more. Yeah. Just trying to get like the mid-range under control a bit, and like it sounds a bit resonant down there.
Crazy after all.
Like this.
Crazy after all.
This bit here. Maybe I'll just reduce that a bit with some dynamic EQ.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. You still give me.
That S on there is a bit harsh. I wonder if we can just.
You still give. You still give.
We can just like manually de-S that, I guess.
You still get.
I'm gonna find that. That bit over there.
You still give me butterflies. You still give me butterflies. Oh, why?
But I don't want this to be on the entire time, because now it's probably gonna de-S a lot more than I need on other stuff.
You still give me.
And wait, maybe this can also. No. Maybe this bit here.
You still give me butterflies.
So with these, I'm just going to turn them on and off manually. So yeah, we can do that.
You still give me butterflies.
That's too much now. It's
You still give me.
starting to sound a bit like a lisp, so I can just bring these up a bit.
You still give me butterflies. You still give me butterflies. Oh, why? Oh, why? Deprive me of this love. Hold us tight.
Wait, this also needs to be switched on and off.
You still give me butterflies.
Yeah, I would use soothe usually for like general sibilance, but this is just a very specific area, so using Pro Q is good for the job, I think.
Crazy after all these years.
Now I'm going to use CQ on here. I love the drive on it and the high end that it brings. I'm not sure we need to really be adding high end, but let's just hear how it sounds.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Yeah, I think it sounds nice with just a little bit of that high end on it.
Crazy after all these years.
Let's try adding a bit of drive. This drive sounds great.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the sky.
So you can't really gain stage this, but you can, I guess, with the utility.
Crazy after all these years.
Just put it into a group and then turn it on and off.
Crazy after Crazy after all these years.
Something weird happening in there. What is it?
Crazy after all.
I think it needs a crossfade.
Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after.
Yeah, what is going on? Do you hear this thingy over here?
Crazy after. Crazy after.
Is that over here too?
Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after.
No, it's not. Why is it
Crazy after.
happening?
Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after.
It's like some weird artifact or something.
Crazy after. Crazy after. Crazy after.
I might just re-record that into there and see how it sounds.
Crazy.
Oh, that's going to go through my master. So let's just, instead of resampling, we'll just take the audio from 53.
Crazy after. Crazy after.
And we just want this bit to be replaced. Although it looks like it might have the same problem, but let's see. I'm going to crossfade that.
Crazy. Crazy after all.
There we go.
Crazy after all these years. Crazy after all these years.
Problem solved.
Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the skies.
Okay. So now, listen to the difference between an unprocessed vocal versus a processed vocal.
Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the sky.
And this is just with some EQ and compression and yeah.
Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Yeah, so it sounds a lot more like balanced.
Crazy after all these years. I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies and think of you and you still give me you still give me butterflies. You still give me butterflies.
Yeah, definitely a lot cleaner now. Alright, should we start adding a little bit of wetness to this and then we can arrange it. Once again, going to duplicate so we don't lose anything that we've done. I'm going to freeze and flatten it. The reason I'm doing this now is because I've got some automation in there, and when I start dragging stuff around and like maybe rearranging this, deleting parts, I don't want to mess with the automation. Okay, I'm going to rename this to processed.
Crazy after all these years.
Okay. Is it me, or does the line that's doubled sound a bit phasey? Which line is doubled?
You still give me butterflies. Oh, why drive me off this and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies.
Is it this one?
You still give me butterflies.
Yeah, I hear something in there, but I don't think it's a double.
You still give me butterflies.
But it does sound like maybe some phasiness or something is happening there.
You still give me.
It's got a bit of like resonance that you could probably just.
You still give me. You still give me. You still give me.
Remove manually.
You still give. You still give me butterflies. You still give. You still give.
Like just over there, for example.
You still give me butterflies.
But I wouldn't, actually that's a bad idea. Probably should use dynamic EQ.
You still give me, but
I'm gonna leave it for now. I think it actually sounds okay.
crazy.
But let's yeah, add a little bit of delay and reverb and stuff. I'm just gonna add a simple delay for now. And I want it to be like, I'm gonna do this on a send. Well, not really a send, but it's kind of the same thing. We're gonna split this chain into two, and I'm gonna turn off this and call it the dry chain, and this the delay chain. I might not put reverb on the same rack, so that's why I'm not calling it dry and wet. And then I'm just going to turn this up and turn down the gain, and then we can hear it.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Okay, I'm gonna do like a ping pong delay. Let's hear how quarter notes sound.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
I like having like more than one delay, so maybe I'm gonna duplicate this again and do this timing and keep that centered. So the sides are bouncing on 4 and the center we've got 3.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think.
I'm gonna call this side and mid. Okay, so for the sides I want them to be a bit quieter than the mids.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
Let's turn these up a bit.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me.
Maybe I'll have one more for like a really long delay, and let's hear how that sounds like on 8th. And put it on ping pong. I'm just gonna call this one long.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight.
Okay, we've got a bit too much going on here.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight.
Okay, so with all of these I want to sidechain them to the dry signal so that they're not washing over the words. So I'm just going to use a compressor here. And we're going to sidechain to processed, dry pre-effects. And just bring this threshold down.
Crazy after all these years, I still
bring up the release a bit.
Crazy after all these years,
and just put them onto everything.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why
Save your effect rack so you already have it ready to go for next time. I already do that, but yeah, I'm trying to teach people here, so kind of just loading up an effect rack and going doesn't really show that to anybody. The process. So now I'm going to add another chain, and this one is going to be reverb. And so I kind of want the reverb to, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that. I want the reverb to be reacting to the delays too. But like all them together with the dry signal. So I'm going to put the reverb, I'm going to put this into another rack. And then make this wet. And then create another chain. Make that dry. And then this chain, I'm going to put a reverb on. So I'm going to use this SP 2016. I really like this reverb, but this is not always the same. I'm just testing it out and seeing how it sounds.
Crazy after all these years, I still go back to skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies.
Sounds pretty good, actually. Let's hear if we mix this in.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go. Question us all night. Oh, why? Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I.
I think overall it needs just a little bit of EQ. I'm just going to do this quick.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies.
And maybe like a little bit of de-essing. So here I'm going to grab soothe and put it at the end of the chain and just let it deal with that.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. Crazy after all these years. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love?
Yeah, sounds cool.
Crazy after all these years. Hold us tight, never let us go. Question us all night.
so one thing I really like about this is the hoo sound. So I kind of want to take that onto another channel and process it separately. What I might do is just duplicate everything. And on this one, yeah, maybe I'll pitch this up 12 to give it a bit more air in it. Let's duplicate it again and do this -12. And sometimes it can sound better if you use Complex Pro. It doesn't go so like chipmunky. Let's turn this up a bit. And I'm going to duplicate this whole thing again. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. So on this one, I'm deleting it from there. And I want this to be like a really airy hoo thing. I'm going to put these all into a group. Call it ooh. And then you know what's going to happen here. Shimmer time. Brighter. Okay, so now I'm going to start like grabbing bits from this and seeing where they fit in the track. I never planned to just throw this in and keep it the way it was sung here. So I'm going to take certain phrases and kind of move them around here and see where they fit and where they don't.
You still give me butterflies. Oh, why? Oh, why? Drive me off this love. Oh, why? Crazy after all these years.
I still don't like the S's inside this reverb. So I think I actually want to take down the high end of it.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh, why? Crazy after all these years.
Maybe I'm just going to use a shimmer on this and see if it sounds a bit better. Because I can take out the high end of this high cut.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why deprive me of this love? Hold us tight, never let us go. Oh why? Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies and think of you and I. Crazy after eyes, I still crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies.
No, that's too much.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies.
Now I don't like the timing of it.
Crazy after all these years, I still look up at the skies. I still and think of you and I. Crazy, you still give me butterflies. Why? Crazy, why? Oh why? Deprive me of this love. Deprive me of this love. Deprive me of this love.
See, here's another case where I'm not super happy with the timing. I want
Deprive me of this love.
this love to come in a bit later.
Deprive me of this love. Deprive me of this love. Hold us tight. Deprive me of. Crazy after all these years. Crazy after all these years. And think of you and I.
I like this phrase a lot. Think of you and I.
And think of you and
I'd like just try and wash this out and do something with it.
I. Why? Why? Oh why? Deprive me of it. Hold us tight. Hold us tight. Why? Hold us tight.
See how this sounds in places.
Crazy after all. And think of you and I. And think of you and I.
sound to like really wash this out and process it even more. I'm just going to take like big delay. Actually, I'm going to use echo boy. And let's use one of these different ones, like Memory Man or something. Give it a bit of feedback. Maybe just the you and I part. Now it sounds like you and die, like the word die. So I want to kind of try and reduce the d. Let's turn this off.
And you and
I want to make this dual or ping pong. I think maybe this could actually go here. Okay, I want to try and play with this phrase more and like maybe add some harmonies and see if I can get more, I don't know, just see how it sounds basically. Let's see, I'm going to take 53 and run it into here. Sorry, I'm going to take processed and record it into here. And then, oh shit, it's that one. And just hit record. Let's take.
And think of you and I.
Might actually turn off everything here and use it dry.
And think of you and I.
Let's use Melodyne and see if it sounds cool. To make some harmonies. Yeah, so now we just hit transfer.
And think of you and I.
And we want to change the key here to B minor. And then just start playing with these little blobs and seeing.
And think of you. And think of
C sharp sounds okay.
think of you and think of you and I. Think of you and I. And you think of you and I. Think of you and I.
Don't like these ones.
And think of you and I. Think of you and I. Think of you and I. And think of you and I. Think.
Pitch drift. No. Pitch modulation, that's the one. Ugh.
Think of you and I. Think of you and I. Think of you and I. Think of you. Think of you and I. Think of you and I. And think of you and I. And think of you and I.
Let's duplicate this and just hit record again. Try to take these down like a full fifth. So that's going to be like one. Wait, how am I going to do this? We want the B to go down to the F sharp. Oh, what the fuck's going on? Why is that there? I'm just going to do this.
And think of you and I, and think of you, and think of you.
Try going up 12 here.
And think of you and I.
And going down 12.
And think of you and think of you and I. 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 And think of you and I.
Really feeling the vocal melody here.
Back the skies and think of you and I. You still give me butterflies. Oh why? You still give me butterflies. Oh, give me butterflies. You still give me butterflies. You still give me butterflies.
Okay, I think I don't want that there. I like it when it comes in here. Maybe I can like start teasing this in. I'm gonna re-record that tail. Yeah, this could be cool. filter this in. Take this thing and I'm going to take the tail and record it. That might be cool. Put one more in here. Maybe filter it down or something. these boys in here.
And think of you and I.
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe a really processed version of this now.
And think of you and I.
It's got too much mid-range, and so now it's not coming through the mix. If I process it separately here.
And think of you and think of you and I. 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 And think of you and I.
Oh, actually. That's a new phrase, to think of you, to think of you.
And think of you. And think of you.
Yeah, I want to just duplicate this. How's this going to work?
And think of you. Think of you. Think of you and 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 think of you.
something here. Maybe this can be like filtered. Let's get rid of that breath in there. That's pretty cool. Something cool that happens in the delay tail of this that I want to capture and like sprinkle around a bit. Maybe we can also do is use this to make like a pad. That could be fun. I could just use this. So do this and like bounce it out. Then we go into our old friend Audacity. Grab the ooh and put it in there. Now this is pretty cool. We can use something called pole stretch. Oops, need to select it all. And then go to pole stretch. And we can stretch this up by like 20 times. That's going to be too much. I'm going to go with 10. And just click OK. And now, if we just, oops, where's the zoom on this thing? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm so bad with Audacity. Okay. Select all, effect, pole stretch. And now, where's the zoom? Zoom out. There we go. Yeah, so let's export this. Whatever, just anywhere. Now we can use this like tail maybe or something in the intro. Like it can sound pretty cool. I'm gonna come back to that though. I don't want to play with this delay tail. too narrow. I think I need to spread it out a bit. How am I going to do this? Just use... so quiet? Okay, yeah, feeling pretty cool about this. I think you could use an 80s style bass line, like The Weeknd's Take My Breath. I don't know. I don't know that one, and I'm scared to play it on YouTube. One thing in the song that I want to work on, because now, I don't know, kind of happy with how the vocal and stuff is sounding. I want to go back now to just this little drop here. I think it could be better. Kind of just comes in. I think at the very least a little bit of a noise sweep or something into it. Maybe I can just bring some of that percussion in. Wherever it is. Maybe we can just wash these into each other. Delay. Probably good to have that in the intro and add filter just to kind of wash it out a bit. But also might cut out from there. Another delay. Should we listen through and see how the whole track sounds? Can I show how I've done the bass line? The main bass line is this one, and it's kind of, the MIDI is just this plucky thing. That's the patch. Yeah. Doesn't have anything else. Doesn't even have EQ on it. But then I've got these other things that are just like little bass stab things. And I just used like, I don't know, random presets for it. And process them differently, I think. What's this one? So like with the other bass line, kind of creates this phrasing, the kick. But yeah, anyway, let's listen through the track. I'm gonna take this row out the last bit one. And add maybe that little crashy boy in there. Cool. I think that's it for today's session. Yeah. I'm going to end here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little vocal mixing masterclass at the beginning. And yeah, chat again tomorrow. Feedback Friday. Cool. Goodbye.